Welcome everyone to the final day of the World Rapid Team Championships 2025. On your screen is Grandmaster Vidit Gujarati and the team of Hexamind. They are taking on the Freedom team led by Vishy Anand on the top board. Vishy there getting himself comfortable and greets the chief guest of the day, the famous Ken Rogoff. He is not just a grandmaster but also a famous economist. And there you see Levon Aronian entering. The game between Vishy and Levon was something everyone was looking forward to. On the adjoining table, we had the team of Chess taking on MGD1, and you can see Anish Giri coming in and checking in on the games of his teammates. The pressure on the last day was very high in the venue because the medals were at stake. 4 rounds to go. And there you see Arjun Erigaisi showing his fine chess against Richard Rapport. Arjun had a tough previous day, losing 3 games out of 4, but then came back strongly. And there you see Richard knows the writing is on the wall and he's going to lose. Andrei Sipenko, who's the second board of the team Chess, is not happy there. The game between Vishy Anand and Levon Aronian ended in a draw, and it is credit to, of course, Vishy for playing so strong even when he's not that active. And Pranav V tries to follow the games of his team members. He's just beaten Ansat Aldiyar there with a beautiful mating attack. And Emil Sutovsky to his team member Alexei Sarana. Let's come out from there. Let your teammates play. Meanwhile, WR Chess was playing against Night Dance, and Hikaru looks at the scoreboard. He's thinking whether he needs to win or not in this exchange up position. He even gets up and tries to look at the game of Vadim Rosenstein. Well, the score is 2.5, 2.5, and look at Hikaru shaking his head. He knows that he has to win and he'll get his job done. Meanwhile, team MGD1 keeps rolling on, beats their opponents here, Chess, in a very nice fashion. And you can see Richard Rapport analyzing with Arjun, 2 of the most humble guys in the world of chess. Amazing people there, but MGD1 doing really well. When Arjun strikes, it's natural that they will do well. On the first board, Arjun won, and on the last board, Atharva Taide increases his scorecard to 9 out of 9. Look at him there talking with Srinath. The battle between Freedom and Hexamind reached its climax. While on the last board, Hexamind won their game, it was Sam Savian who equalized the score for Freedom. And you can see Volodar Murzin there visibly upset. With 2 more games to go, there was everything to play for. There you see high fives between Sarana and Savian. And Vidit rooting for his teammate Anish Giri. Meanwhile, Emil Sutovsky, the captain of WR Chess, and look at Divya there looking at the game of Anish, trying to think whether she has to play for the win or not. So much stress. Anish somehow managed to hold a draw here against Le Kwong Liam. Look at him just pushing the pawn there, exchanging the final pawns and making a draw. Now the final game between Divya and Anna Muzichuk. Divya gets up trying to figure out whether she has to win. What has she got to do? Anna Muzichuk meanwhile has built a fortress there. Emil Sutovsky knows that it's a draw there, and Divya checks and a draw is agreed. A 3-3 result. And a very intense match there. Very intense match. The manager of the captain of the team, Hexamind, hugs Divya and says, well done, job well done there. Meanwhile, Hikaru Nakamura now has to save his team, basically help them win. But Hikaru is the perfect man for the job. He takes the knight, and resignation there by Jules Moussard, which means that WR Chess team wins their game and wins the match. Very important win for the WR Chess team. And Hikaru puts on his jacket there and goes to the arbiter and tells them that there is a lot of noise that comes around, and if that could be reduced, it would be great. Meanwhile, Vadim Rosenstein is happy. We move on to the next round. We have the team of Freedom here, who's looking sharp and happy before the round. Vishy Anand is taking on Nodirbek Abdusattarov. It's Freedom versus Team Uzbekistan. Meanwhile, MGD1 have reclaimed their sole lead because Hexamind drew their game against Freedom, and now this is Hexamind versus Germany and friends here, which is Levon versus Vincent, the big clash. Meanwhile, we have a fan of Vishy wearing his shirt. That's the famous Vijay Rajendran here. He is very well known to Indian people as the ultimate chess fan. Here, Ali Reza managed to beat Adam Kozak from Team Hungary. WR Chess was on a rampage here in this game. Meanwhile, the game between Freedom and Uzbekistan continued, and Sindarov drew his game with Sevian. Hikaru Nakamura won his game to give WR Chess one more point, making quick work of their opposing team. 3.5 already. Mani Sharbarto drew his game, and look at that. The captain is like, oh my god, all eyes on now Vishy Anand versus Nodirbek Abdusattarov. Meanwhile, Nihal Sarin, they're unhappy that he missed a winning chance against Arjun Erigaisi. If he had won, it would have been 3-3, but MGD1 once again triumphed with 3.5, 2.5 victory. This team very strong, and no one is able to stop MGD1. Meanwhile, Hexamind won their match against Germany and friends. Very strong performance by Team Hexamind. And let's now move to the game of Vishy and Nodirbek with everything to play for. 2.5 is the score.
So, which, if claim is not valid, which move you give? Which?
No, I want to check. I want to check his check.
Ediz was completely winning, but now it's a draw, and look at the joy on Renat's face.
Some point.
Thanks to this win, Team International Trading were now on the top board, and they were now facing none other than the team MGD1. This was a golden opportunity for them as Martinez Alcantara played Arjun Erigaisi. On board number 2, we had Hexamind taking on Paris KZ. It was slowly and steadily becoming clear that 3 teams were fighting for the top spot: MGD1, Hexamind and WR Chess. Meanwhile, Freedom also had an outside chance if they did well, and so did the team from Uzbekistan. Team Freedom against Ashdod Elite Club ended in a 3-3 tie. Meanwhile, you can see the 2 captains there, and Hexamind versus Paris KZ turned out into a very close match, in fact, where Hexamind was clearly the favorite on paper, but Dominguez lost his game, and then eventually it was Levon Aronian and Anish Giri who had to strike. Meanwhile, MGD1 found another win here with Arjun Erigaisi beating Martinez Alcantara on the top board, and although Anton Guyaro did lose to Tin Jingyao on board 2, there you see Anish Giri scoring a win and looking quite relieved with his victory there. Because the score was now 3-2, it was very important for Vidit Gujarati to do well, because Dominguez lost his game here, and Vidit had a bit of pressure on him. Although he was winning his game here, in the end he had to agree to a draw that ensured the team victory, and that was good enough for Hexamind to keep rolling on, to keep their medal chances, gold medal chances. Meanwhile, WR Chess won their match against Germany and friends. 3 wins on top 3 boards by Firouzja, MVL and Nakamura. And we now move to a very exciting encounter between Pranav and Letuanmin. Look at that. He just missed that Pranav could make a queen on the board. And look at Arjun and Srinath smiling there. It was a nice moment for Team MGD1 because they had already won the match with a score of 3.5. And so this result wouldn't impact the final score. Although Pranav, when he was playing on the board, was not aware of this and thought he needed a draw for his team to win. And look at Letuanmin, he's so unhappy there. He was completely winning this game, totally winning, and he banged his head there. And Pranav slowly and steadily started bringing in his king. And a resignation, what a heartbreaking loss there for Letuanmin. And Kevin Goveming, like a classy captain, just consoling his teammate. A beautiful moment between both the captains Srinath and Kevin Goveming. After a tough fight, they both go back to their respective dugouts with smiles on their face. Time for the last round. Now Hexamind is trailing MGD1 by 1 point. Right now Hexamind knows that if MGD1 wins, it's not in their control, but they'll give their best. And if MGD1 falters, they could become the champions. Aronian, as always, bringing in that beautiful vibe in the team, as well as Anish. It's a team filled with great vibes. And we have the team of Malcolm Mates facing MGD1 and Ashdod Elite Chess Club taking on Hexamind. We have Rijay Rajendran there, Vishy fan in the house, looking at the game with great intent and interest. The first games end in draws in this crucial encounters. As the scorecard is updated, the tension is mounting. Anish Giri takes off his jacket. And Leon also draws his game against Michael Adams. An important result there. Shri and Leon looking at the games intently. Meanwhile, Atharva is in big trouble after scoring 11 out of 11. Maybe no one thought that he would falter, but Arjun rising to the occasion for his team as he beat Luke McShane on top board. That gave MGD1 a very important win, and Pranav managed to beat Ivan Šarić, and that was what the team needed to win the match. So even though there is one game still going on, MGD1 won it and are now the champions. You can see the smile on their face. Srinath, the captain of the team, is thrilled. Pranav scores 7.5 out of 8. Such happiness. Anton, Leon, Arjun, all of them played amazingly well in order to bring this victory to the team. And Divya there from Hexamind, but of course she's good friends with Srinath. And Srinath doing interview with Charlize there for the live broadcast. Vidit from Hexamind also congratulating Srinath there. They both are good friends, and also the captain of Hexamind team, Anish Giri also. This is what is beautiful about chess, this sportsmanship. And Atharva actually wants to resign, but his opponent was not in the moment there, and Atharva slumped to his first loss. But what a guy, what a player. 11 out of 12, not a joke. And then this super important encounter for the bronze medal. Firouzja is completely winning against Nodirbek. Nodirbek has just pushed his pawn, and what a blunder. He blunders the queen, and look at Nodirbek. He's so happy because with this win, WR Chess is going to lose its bronze medal. Who's going to get the bronze medal now is the big question. Because Firouzja with this win would have ensured that his team WR Chess would have won. But now Team Uzbekistan wins this. And look at this. Uzbekistan moves to the same score as WR Chess. Also Freedom moves in and the same score. And which is why Emil Sutovsky is thrilled there. And the medal could go to anyone now. WR Chess, Uzbekistan and Freedom all on 17 points. As it turned out, it was Freedom who won the bronze medal, and look at the joy there. And then towards the end of the day, we had a small session with the MGD1 team. Arjun always being a sport. They were all super kind to do this. We have the reel of this on Instagram and YouTube. And what a team this is. Team filled with people with great team spirit, great sportsmanship, and always being nice to each other and others. And I think it's because of this reason that this team managed to win the gold. You can see there Anton, Srinath, Stavrula, Atharva, Arjun, Hari, Pranav, Leon, and here we have Abhyudaya from ChessBase India directing that reel. And that's very cool what they managed to do here, and it's beautifully come out. You can check it out on our channel here. And that was the end of the day, filled with so much excitement and so many things happening. I feel the World Rapid and Blitz Teams is an amazing event, and here you see Team MGD1 gold, Hexamind silver, and Freedom bronze. And kudos to Team MGD1 for taking home 110,000 euros. It's just incredible.